You may not realize it yet, but something guided you here. A quiet nudge, a soft pull, a whisper from within that said, stop for a moment. There is something you need to hear. When life brings you to a message twice, it is never by accident. Think about the last time you felt the urge to start over. Maybe you brushed it aside. Maybe you told yourself it was too late or too complicated, or that you should already have everything figured out. But life is patient. It circles back to you the moment you are ready. Let me tell you a gentle truth. The universe does not wait for perfection, readiness, or certainty. It waits for one thing, your willingness. And right now, by simply being here, you are signaling that willingness. A new chapter is already turning inside you. Perhaps you've been living in the in-between, not where you were, not yet where you want to be. That space can feel frightening, like nothing is moving, but often it is where the deepest healing begins. The old loosens, the new hums softly beneath the surface. Imagine this possibility. Your next chapter does not begin with grand decisions. It begins with a single loving thought. I deserve a life that feels good to live. That thought alone can rewire old pain, soften old beliefs, and open doors you once believed were locked. You are not starting from scratch. You are starting from wisdom, from lessons, from strength earned through every moment you thought you wouldn't survive. Life has been shaping you quietly, preparing you for what comes next, not punishing you. Let today be your pause. Let it be the moment you breathe differently, speak to yourself more kindly, release the story that says you must struggle to deserve joy. You are stepping into a chapter where tenderness is allowed to guide you. As you listen, let your heart respond. Let it say yes to the invitation life is offering. I am ready to begin again. I welcome my new chapter with love. Repeat it softly, as if your future self is listening and smiling. My loves, as we begin this journey together, I want you to notice something very precious. The simple fact that you are here, listening, breathing, allowing. This is not a small thing. This is the universe placing a gentle hand on your shoulder and guiding you toward a new beginning. You may think you chose this moment, but in truth, this moment chose you. There are times in life when the heart begins to whisper before the mind understands. You feel a soft tug inward, a subtle knowing that something in your world is ready to shift. You may not yet know what that shift will look like, but the feeling is unmistakable. It is the inner call of life saying, "Come, my dear, there is something more for you." Often this call is quiet. It arrives as a moment of stillness when you are washing dishes, or a sudden ache in the chest when an old thought no longer feels true. Sometimes it appears as exhaustion, the kind that says, "I cannot keep living the way I have been." And sometimes it appears as longing, an inner spark that says, "I desire peace." The universe does not shout. It nudges, it whispers, it arranges tiny encounters, unexpected feelings, gentle pauses, and inner softenings that slowly guide you toward a new way of living. These subtle moments are the first steps of your transformation, even if you have not yet taken any outward action. Many people believe that beginnings must be grand or dramatic, but beginnings are often born in silence. They unfold like dawn, soft, gradual, impossible to pinpoint, yet undeniably present. One moment you are lost in your old rhythm, and the next you realize you are ready to breathe differently. This in-between space, you know it well, do you not? That place where the old no longer fits, yet the new has not fully arrived. It can feel confusing, even frightening, as though you are suspended between versions of yourself. But this space is not emptiness. It is sacred ground. It is where the soul prepares itself for the next chapter. You may think you are stuck, but what you call stuck is often the exact moment when the old patterns are loosening their grip. They loosen quietly, slowly, with each breath you take that carries even a hint of self-kindness. Your willingness to soften is the force that unravels the old and makes space for the new. Willingness, that is all the universe asks of you, not perfection, not certainty, not a detailed plan, just willingness to say, maybe there is another way for me. Maybe I can live with more peace. Maybe I deserve something more gentle than what I have been giving myself. It is your willingness that opens the door. The moment you whisper, I am ready, the universe responds. It begins lining up synchronicities, opportunities, inner realizations, and curious little signs that guide you forward. Life does not wait for you to be fearless. It waits for you to be willing. Let us pause together. Place your hand softly over your heart. Feel the warmth there. Feel the steady rhythm that has carried you through every moment of your life. This simple act of touching your heart sends a message to your spirit. I am listening now. Your past does not determine your readiness. Your past does not need to be rewritten for you to begin again. Every experience you have lived, yes, even the painful ones, has been shaping your wisdom, widening your compassion, and preparing you for this moment of awakening. You are beginning from fullness, from richness, from a lifetime of learning. You are not empty. You are not starting from nothing. You are beginning from a place of deeper understanding, deeper longing, deeper truth. When you soften your breathing, when you let your shoulders relax even slightly, you create space inside yourself for new awareness to rise. This awareness is gentle. It does not rush. It does not force. It simply reveals, layer by layer, the truth that has been waiting beneath old fears. You may have ignored this inner knowing in the past. You may have told yourself you were too tired, too uncertain, too behind to begin again. But life is endlessly patient. It circles back with the same message each time your heart begins to wake. My dear, you are ready now. Perhaps you feel a warmth rising in your chest as you listen, or perhaps you feel tears forming without knowing why. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of recognition. Your inner being recognizes truth when it hears it, and it responds through sensation, through softness, through breath, through emotion. Let us imagine, just for a moment, that your life is a book. Some chapters are heavy, some are tender, some are unfinished. But this moment, the moment you're in now, is the quiet turning of a page. You may not know what the next chapter contains, but you can feel its presence. It hums with possibility. You have been shaped by every page you have lived, shaped, not defined. The lessons you gathered along the way have prepared you to understand something now that you could not have understood earlier. That is why this moment feels different. That is why you are being called inward. Life is always moving you toward your highest good, even when it leads you through difficulty. Every challenge softened you, made you more compassionate. Every disappointment opened a space for clarity. Every moment of confusion taught you patience. You have not been walking in circles, you have been preparing. As you sit in this moment, breathing more deeply than you have in a long time, notice the feeling of readiness rising within you. It may feel small, fragile, delicate, but it is real. It is the quiet strength of a seed cracking open beneath the soil, ready to rise toward the sun. Your next chapter begins not with action, but with awareness. Awareness that you deserve peace. Awareness that you can choose again. Awareness that the universe is guiding you toward your own unfolding. And now, as we complete this first part, place your hand on your heart one more time. Whisper softly, I am willing. I am listening. I am ready to begin again. Feel that truth settle into your being. This is the first step. This is the beginning of your new chapter. My loves, as we move into this next part of our journey together, I want you to know something very tender. Before you can fully step into your new beginning, you must soften your relationship with the past. Not erase it, not battle it. Simply soften it like loosening a knot that has been pulled tight for far too long. The past often feels heavy because we carry it with judgment. We look back at earlier versions of ourselves and say, I should have known better, or I should have done more, or I should not have allowed that to happen. But those shoulds are chains. They bind the heart to stories that no longer serve our becoming. You did not come into this life already knowing everything. You learned through experience, through trial, through error, through the tender unfolding of your own understanding. When you look back with blame, you misunderstand the purpose of your past. The past was never meant to condemn you. It was meant to prepare you. Take a moment now and imagine your younger self. Picture the tenderness in their eyes, the uncertainty in their heart, the weight they carried without the wisdom you hold today. Would you scold that version of yourself? Or would you gather them into your arms and say, you did the best you could with what you knew? My loves, this is how you must speak to yourself now. When you forgive the person you once were, you do not excuse the choices, you illuminate the reasons behind them. You acknowledge that every choice was made from the level of awareness you had in that moment. And now you have more awareness. This is what growth looks like. Many people carry guilt like a badge of responsibility, as though punishing themselves somehow makes them more moral. But guilt is not responsibility. Guilt is a misunderstanding. True responsibility comes from clarity, not shame. When you understand your past choices through the eyes of compassion, you free yourself to make new choices from wisdom, not fear. Let us breathe gently. Inhale and allow the breath to soften the memories you hold too tightly. Exhale and release a little of the tension you have been carrying. Feel the space that opens within you as you do this. That space is where forgiveness begins. Old beliefs often cling tightly because they were repeated so often, not because they were true. Perhaps you were told you were not enough. Perhaps you learned to mistrust your own voice. Perhaps someone else's pain was handed to you before you knew how to decline it. These beliefs settled into your mind as if they were facts. But they were never facts, they were thoughts. And thoughts can be changed. When you release the past, you are not erasing history. You are rewriting the meaning you give it. You are saying, I see now what I could not see then. There is great power in this. It allows your heart to rest. It allows your spirit to breathe. It allows you to step into your new beginning without dragging old sorrow behind you. Sometimes the past resurfaces not to haunt you, but to be healed. Memories rise to the surface because they are ready to be seen with new eyes. The universe brings them to you not as punishment, but as an invitation to release what has been weighing you down. As you explore these memories, be gentle with yourself. Do not pull them open with force. Let them loosen naturally, the way a hand unclenches after realizing it no longer needs to grip so tightly. Healing happens through softness, not strain. Let me remind you of something important. You are not the same person who lived through those old moments. You have grown. You have learned. You have awakened. And because of that, the past no longer has the same power unless you continue giving it your attention. Take a moment to acknowledge how far you have come. Think of a time when you felt lost or frightened, and see how your present self has moved beyond that moment. You survived what you once believed you could not survive. You rose through what once seemed impossible. These truths matter. They reveal your strength. When you let the past define you, you shrink yourself to a single chapter, but you are the entire book. You are the lessons, the growth, the turning points, the revelations, the healing. You can honor the earlier chapters without allowing them to shape the ending. Let us place a gentle affirmation in your heart. I release the past with love. I choose to keep only the lessons. Say it softly. Say it tenderly. Say it until your breath feels easier. Some memories will dissolve quickly. Others will loosen slowly. There is no timeline for healing. The heart opens at its own pace, like a flower unfolding in the warmth of spring. Do not rush it. Your willingness is enough. When you release blame toward yourself or toward others, you free energy that has been tied up for years. This energy returns to you as clarity, as calmness, as the simple joy of being able to breathe more deeply. The body relaxes, the mind steadies, the heart widens. There may be people in your past who hurt you. You do not have to excuse their actions to find peace. Forgiveness is not about pretending something was acceptable. It is about releasing yourself from the grip it has on your spirit. When you forgive, you break the emotional tie that keeps you anchored to pain. And when you forgive yourself, you restore your own innocence. Not the innocence of naivety, but the innocence of truth, the truth that you were learning, that you were growing, that you were acting with the understanding available to you. My loves, the past is not meant to be a prison. It is meant to be a teacher. When its lesson is learned, you are free, and you are ready for your new beginning. Let us breathe one more time. A slow inhale, gathering all the old heaviness. A slow exhale, releasing it gently. Whisper softly, I free myself from the past. I am ready to live anew. This is the clearing of the soil. This is the preparation for your next chapter. This is the grace of releasing with love. My loves, now that we have gently loosened the past and allowed the heart to breathe again, we step into one of the most transformative truths you will ever learn. Your thoughts are the brushstrokes that paint the canvas of your life. Every thought shapes your experience, not through magic, but through the quiet inner law of attention and belief. For so many years, you may have believed your thoughts were automatic, uncontrolled winds that rush through your mind without permission. But thoughts are not rulers. They are habits. They arise from old beliefs, old fears, old experiences. And when you learn to see them clearly, you discover that you are free to choose again. Let us begin with this simple understanding. A thought only has the power you give it. If you feed it, it grows. If you starve it, it weakens. If you replace it with something kinder, it dissolves. This is not force. This is awareness. Awareness is the soft light that reveals the path beneath your feet. So many people believe that life happens first and thoughts follow. But I tell you, my loves, the opposite is true. Your thoughts create the atmosphere through which you interpret your life. Two people can live the same day. One sees sorrow everywhere, the other sees possibility. The difference is not the world, it is the inner tone of their thoughts. Thoughts repeated become beliefs. Beliefs become patterns. Patterns become experiences. But all of them begin with a single thought. And you, my dear, have the power to choose new ones. You may not have realized how often you repeat ideas that do not honor your spirit. Phrases like, I can't handle this, or I'm not enough, or nothing ever works out for me. These thoughts may feel familiar, but familiarity is not truth. They are echoes of old wounds, not reflections of who you are now. Let us breathe together. Inhale softly, exhale gently. As you breathe, imagine these old thoughts drifting away like leaves on a stream. No struggle, no force, just release. Your mind is listening to you. It always has been, and it will believe whatever you tell it most often. When you speak to yourself with love, your mind reorganizes itself around that love. When you speak to yourself with fear, your mind tightens around that fear. This is why choosing your thoughts is one of the most powerful acts of self-love. Think of your mind as a young child. It learns through repetition and tone. It responds not to harshness, but to tenderness. When you say to yourself, I am learning, your mind relaxes. When you say, I am safe, your body softens. When you say, I deserve peace, your heart opens. Your inner world transforms each time you choose a thought that supports your well-being. Let us explore this deeper. A thought is like a seed. When you plant a seed of doubt, it grows thorns. When you plant a seed of trust, it grows blossoms. Your inner garden reflects the seeds you nourish. And if you have been watering thorns for years, remember this. You can start planting flowers today. You do not have to uproot every thorn at once. Simply begin to nourish what feels gentle and true. Over time, the new growth will naturally overshadow the old. Perhaps you fear that choosing new thoughts is a form of pretending, but pretending is saying something you don't believe at all. Choosing new thoughts is deciding which direction you want your heart to grow toward. It is an act of intention, not denial. Let us try something together. Whisper softly, I am willing to think thoughts that support my healing. Notice how your chest feels as you say this. A little lighter? A little warmer? This is your spirit responding to truth. When you begin to choose your thoughts consciously, something beautiful happens. You start noticing the quiet spaces between your thoughts, the spaces where peace lives, and from that peace you gain clarity. You realize that not every thought deserves your attention, not every thought reflects your wisdom, not every thought is yours to keep. You also discover something liberating. A thought can be replaced without conflict. When an old thought arises, I can't do this, I'm too broken, it's too late, you can gently respond, that is an old belief, I am choosing something new. Then offer yourself a new thought, one that lifts rather than limits. Perhaps, I am stronger than I realize. I am growing every day. I deserve a life that feels peaceful. New thoughts do not need to be perfect. They only need to be kinder. Let us explore how deeply thoughts shape experience. If you walk into a room believing others will judge you, you will find reasons to confirm that belief. If you walk into a room believing you belong, you will find warmth where before you saw only distance. Life reflects the lens through which you view it, and the lens is shaped by your thoughts. This is why new beginnings require new thinking, not as a demand, but as a gift. When you choose a thought that honors your worth, you begin to see opportunities you once overlooked, beauty you once missed, strength you once underestimated. Let me tell you something the universe already knows about you. You are far more capable than your old thoughts allowed you to believe. Let that sink in. You are capable of healing. You are capable of choosing again. You are capable of creating a life that feels good to live. Your thoughts are the hands with which you shape your inner world, and your inner world shapes your outer experience. This does not mean that every moment will be perfect. Life will still offer challenges, but with new thoughts, you meet those challenges differently. Instead of collapsing under them, you grow through them. Instead of fearing change, you trust yourself to navigate it. New thoughts create new courage. Let us set another gentle affirmation within you. Every loving thought I choose builds the foundation of my new beginning. Feel the strength in those words. Feel the clarity rising as you speak them. These are not just sentences, they are seeds. Now imagine your mind as a vast sky. Old thoughts are clouds drifting through, some heavy, some light, some dark, some quick to dissolve. You do not need to chase them or fear them, you simply observe. And then you choose which clouds to follow and which to let pass. This is freedom. Not controlling every thought, but choosing which thoughts you nurture. As you become more aware of your thinking, you will notice small shifts in your daily life. You may respond more gently, you may worry less, you may find yourself breathing more calmly. These are signs that your inner world is rearranging itself to support your healing. The universe responds to your thoughts with remarkable precision. When you think with love, life echoes love. When you think with hope, life offers possibility. When you think with trust, life guides your steps. Not as a reward, but as a reflection of the energy you carry. Let this truth fill your heart. Your thoughts are the beginning. Your new life begins in your mind, long before it appears in the physical world. And now, with a breath of gratitude, whisper, I choose thoughts that support my new beginning. This is the turning point. This is where your inner transformation becomes your outer experience. My loves, Now that you have begun to release the past and gently choose new thoughts, we enter a very tender and sacred part of your journey, learning to trust life again. Trusting the universe is not something you force. It is something you allow, like opening a window to let in air that was always waiting to enter. Trust begins quietly, long before you feel confident. It begins as a soft shift inside you, a subtle thought like, perhaps I am not alone in this. Perhaps life is guiding me in ways I cannot yet see. This thought alone creates a small opening in the mind, and through that opening, light begins to pour in. You may have been taught to believe that you must control every moment, every decision, every outcome. But control is a heavy burden. It tightens the breath, narrows the heart, and exhausts the spirit. Trust, on the other hand, is a gentle surrender, not of responsibility, but of fear. Let us pause here. Place your hand lightly on your chest. Feel your breath move beneath your palm. Trust begins in moments like this, moments where you allow yourself to be present with the quiet rhythm of your own life. Life is not random. It is not chaotic. The universe has an intelligence that far surpasses what the mind can grasp. It is the same intelligence that turns seeds into flowers, that moves the tides, that forms seasons and cycles. And this intelligence moves through your life as well, guiding, nudging, unfolding. But to perceive this guidance, you must soften. Trust is born in softness. When you stop pushing, when you stop insisting that everything must happen according to your timeline, life begins to reveal its own timing, and that timing is often far more compassionate and harmonious than anything you could have planned. There is a moment in every healing journey where you realize you cannot think your way into a new life. You must also feel your way into it. You must learn to listen to the quiet inner signals that rise from your heart. These signals are not dramatic. They feel like a gentle leaning, a whisper, an inner warmth that says, yes, this way. This is how the universe speaks. Through intuition, through sensations, through subtle nudges that arise when your mind grows quiet enough to hear them. Trust does not mean you will never feel fear. It means you choose not to let fear lead. You may feel afraid as you step into your new life. That is natural. Fear is simply the mind's way of protecting you from the unknown. You can thank it for its concern, and then gently choose to listen to the deeper voice, the voice of your spirit, which says you are safe, you are guided, you are supported. Let us breathe that in. Inhale, I am safe. Exhale, life supports me. Feel how your body responds to these words. This is the beginning of trust. The universe responds not to force, but to openness. When you say, I am ready to be guided, life brings you signs. A conversation that arrives at the perfect moment, a thought that appears when you need it, a doorway that opens when you feared everything was closing. These signs are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are reminders that the universe is working in partnership with you. Think of a time when something in your life worked out in a way you could not have planned. That moment was not luck. It was life orchestrating events on your behalf, aligning people, circumstances, and timing in a way that you later recognized as perfect. Now imagine living in such harmony more often, not through effort, but through trust. You do not need to know the entire path to take the next step. You only need to follow the gentle inner direction you feel now. Trust grows each time you act on these whispers. Some people fear that trusting the universe means losing control. But my loves, trust does not remove your power, it amplifies it. It shifts your power from force to alignment, from fear to clarity, from anxiety to peace. When you trust, you are no longer pushing against the flow of your own life. You begin to walk with life rather than ahead of it or behind it. You sense a rhythm, a harmony, a quiet intelligence guiding your steps. Let me share a truth many forget. The universe is not testing you. It is not punishing you. It is not withholding your good. It is preparing you, shaping you, so that when your new chapter unfolds, you will be ready to receive it fully. Your past experiences were not signs of abandonment. They were part of your preparation. They strengthened your heart. They refined your values. They helped you recognize what truly matters. Trust begins when you look at your life and say, I may not understand everything, but I choose to believe that life is guiding me toward my highest good. Whisper this truth gently to yourself. Life wants me to thrive. Feel that. Breathe into it. Let it soften your fear. As you trust more deeply, you begin to notice synchronicities, those small magical alignments that tell you you're on the right path. You may think of someone moments before they call. You may see a word or phrase repeatedly that mirrors your inner thoughts. You may feel drawn towards something seemingly small that later changes everything. These are the universe's way of saying, keep going, my dear, I am with you. Sometimes trust means letting go of a plan that no longer feels right. Sometimes it means stepping into an opportunity that frightens you because it also feels truthful. Sometimes it means resting instead of pushing. Trust does not follow logic, it follows alignment. And alignment is simply the harmony between your inner truth and your outer choices. Let us breathe together once more. Inhale, I open my heart. Exhale, I trust life to guide my steps. Feel the grounding that rises through your body. Feel the sense of being held by something greater. You do not have to navigate this new beginning alone. You are in partnership with the universe itself. And the universe is invested in your healing, your expansion, your joy. As we close this part, place your hand again on your heart. Whisper softly, I trust the unfolding of my life. I am guided. I am supported. I am not alone. Let this truth settle deeply into your being, for it is this trust that will carry you forward into your new beginning with grace. My loves, now we arrive at the part of your journey where everything you have softened, released, and awakened within yourself begins to take root. This is where your new beginning becomes not simply a hope, not merely a shift in thought, but a way of living, a way of meeting each day with a heart that knows it is worthy of peace, possibility, and love. Living your new beginning does not require you to be perfect. It requires you to be present. Renewal is not found in grand gestures, but in the small choices you make throughout your day, choices rooted in gentleness, awareness, and self-approval. These small choices gather like drops of water, forming a river that carries you into a new life. Let us begin with one of the most powerful practices you will ever learn, self-approval. When you approve of yourself, even a little, you reshape the entire inner landscape from which your life unfolds. Self-approval does not mean ignoring your imperfections. It means loving yourself through them. It means saying, I am doing the best I can, and that is enough for today. Place your hand softly on your heart. Whisper, I approve of myself. Notice how your breath responds. Notice the warmth that rises. Your inner being hears you. Your inner being relaxes. This simple phrase nourishes your spirit the way sunlight nourishes a flower. It invites growth. It invites openness. It invites the gentle belief that perhaps you are worthy of good things, worthy of a life that feels aligned with your truth. When you approve of yourself, you walk differently. You speak differently. You think differently. You make choices that honor your well-being rather than your fears. You become a safe home for your own heart. And this safety is the essence of living your new beginning. There may still be moments when old thoughts return, whispering tales of doubt or unworthiness. But now you recognize them as old patterns, not present truths. You can greet them with tenderness, saying, thank you for trying to protect me, but I am choosing something new. And then you return to approval, to kindness, to love. Let us explore another profound truth. You never begin from zero. Each new beginning begins on higher ground, shaped by everything you have already learned. Your past does not disappear, it becomes wisdom. Your challenges do not vanish, they become strength. Your healing does not reset, it expands. Every time you start again, you start from a wiser, clearer, more loving version of yourself. This is why beginning again is not a setback, it is progress. It is the soul refining itself. It is you meeting yourself at a deeper level of truth. You may notice that as you embody your new beginning, your life begins to rearrange itself. People who support your growth appear. Circumstances that once felt blocked begin to open. Inner tensions that felt tangled begin to loosen. This is not coincidence, this is alignment. The universe responds to your new identity. When you see yourself as someone who chooses love, life brings you opportunities to practice love. When you see yourself as someone who deserves peace, life reveals paths that lead to peace. When you see yourself as someone beginning again, life opens the door to possibilities that once seemed out of reach. Let us take a gentle breath together, allowing that truth to settle. Inhale, I welcome my new life. Exhale, I walk forward with love. Now imagine yourself waking each morning with a quiet intention. Before the world rushes in, before old thoughts can return, you place your hand on your heart and whisper, "Today I choose again." That small sentence becomes the compass directing your day. It keeps you connected to the truth that every moment is a fresh chance to begin, a fresh chance to love, a fresh chance to choose peace. This daily choosing is how a new life is built, not through sudden transformation, but through gentle persistence. Each time you choose again, you strengthen the path beneath your feet. You walk it with more confidence, more grace, more self-trust. Self-trust is another gift that blossoms when you live your new beginning. You begin to listen to your intuition more closely. You sense when something feels right and when it does not. You stop asking others for permission to follow your own wisdom. You realize that your inner guidance is wise, loving, and reliable. And when you trust yourself, you walk through life with a quiet steadiness that others can feel. This steadiness is not arrogance, it is alignment. It is the peace that comes from knowing you are living in harmony with your truth. Let us pause to place another affirmation gently into your heart. I walk forward with trust. I listen to my inner wisdom. Feel the resonance of those words. Feel the strength they awaken within you. As you live your new beginning, you will notice moments of joy that arrive without explanation. Not excitement, but joy, quiet, grounding, expansive joy. The kind of joy that feels like a warm light settling in your heart. The kind that appears when you feel deeply connected to yourself and to life. This joy is the signature of alignment. It is the universe saying, "Yes, my love, you are on your path." You may also notice that challenges do not unsettle you the way they once did. You respond with more clarity, more compassion, more patience. You become less reactive and more intentional. This shift is evidence of your inner work taking root. Your new life is beginning within you long before it appears around you. As you embody your renewal, your daily actions begin to reflect your inner truth. You speak more gently. You hold boundaries more confidently. You allow rest without guilt. You treat yourself the way you would treat someone you love. This is how healing becomes a lifestyle. Let us settle another affirmation into your heart. I am becoming the person I long to be. Say it softly. Say it sincerely. Feel it rising as a truth, not a wish. Your new beginning is not a destination. It is a relationship with yourself. A relationship rooted in tenderness, understanding, patience, and love. You are learning to meet yourself with the same kindness you once reserved only for others. And this kindness transforms everything. As we near the end of this part, I want you to imagine your future self standing in the life you are now beginning to create. See the calm in their eyes. See the confidence in their posture. See the love radiating from them. This future self is not far away. They are already unfolding within you. Place your hand on your heart one last time. Whisper, I am the one who chooses again. I am the one who grows. I am the one who begins with love. Feel the truth of these words deepen with each breath. This is who you are now. This is your new beginning. My loves, as your new beginning takes root within you, there is a gentle truth I want you to hold close. Transformation is not something you visit once. It is something you return to again and again, the way a flower turns toward the sun each morning. This returning is not discipline, it is devotion. A devotion to your healing, a devotion to your peace, a devotion to the truth of who you are. Every day invites you to meet yourself anew. Each sunrise whispers, my dear, choose love again. And each time you answer that invitation, no matter how quietly, you deepen your connection with your own heart. You begin to understand that renewal is not a single event. It is a rhythm, a pulse, a steady unfolding that accompanies you through all seasons of life. Daily devotion does not need structure or rules. It needs presence. It might be a moment in the morning when you place your hand on your heart and whisper, I am safe. It might be a soft breath in the afternoon when your mind grows crowded. It might be a gentle thought before bed, reminding you that you are worthy of rest. These small acts create an inner home, warm, steady, welcoming, where your spirit can return whenever the world feels overwhelming. For many years, you may have treated your heart as something you visit only when convenient, but the heart thrives when it is tended to regularly. Think of a garden. It flourishes not because you water it once, but because you return daily, checking its soil, offering it sun, removing what no longer serves growth. Your heart is no different. There may be moments when devotion feels difficult, especially on days when old fears try to reclaim their place. But devotion does not ask for perfection. It asks only that you return. Even if your return is clumsy, uncertain, or slow, it is enough. The heart knows how to bloom again the moment you give it your attention. Let us breathe together. Inhale, I return to myself with love. Exhale, I nourish my spirit gently. This breath becomes a ritual of renewal. As you devote yourself to your healing, something beautiful begins to happen. You start recognizing your inner needs before they become wounds. You notice when your body longs for rest, when your mind longs for quiet, when your heart longs for compassion. You learn to give yourself what you once waited for others to offer. This is the essence of inner maturity, not perfection, but awareness. Devotion also means allowing yourself to grow slowly. The seeds of your new beginning will not bloom overnight. They will grow at a pace that matches your readiness. Trust this pace. It is guided by wisdom far deeper than the mind's impatience. Many of you have lived your entire lives taking care of others, tending to their needs, soothing their hurts, carrying their burdens. Now you are learning to offer that same devotion to yourself. This is not selfishness, it is balance. A garden that is never watered cannot nourish anyone. Let me offer you a tender reminder. When you give yourself daily love, you become a source of love for the world. As you deepen this devotion, you will notice that your inner voice softens. The harsh tone you once used with yourself begins to disappear. In its place arises a gentler voice, a voice of wisdom, reassurance, kindness. This voice becomes your inner companion, guiding you with patience rather than criticism. This companionship is one of the greatest gifts of devotion. It is the feeling of being held from within, the sense that no matter what happens, you are safe in your own presence. Daily devotion also teaches you the power of pauses. When you pause before reacting, before speaking, before spiraling into old thoughts, you create space for clarity to enter. This space is where your new identity lives. This space is where change becomes possible. Life responds beautifully to your devotion. You may begin to experience small miracles, moments of synchronicity, sudden clarity, unexpected peace. These are signs that the universe is honoring the care you are giving yourself. My loves, the most profound transformations are born from simple, consistent acts of love. Let us place a final affirmation in your heart for this part. Each day I return to myself. Each day I choose love. This is devotion. This is healing. This is your next evolution. My loves, by now you have softened the past, chosen new thoughts, open to trust, and begun tending your inner world with devotion. And now something wondrous begins to unfold. You become the living expression of your new beginning. Transformation is no longer something happening inside you. It begins radiating outward into your words, your choices, your relationships, your presence. People may notice a calmness in you, a softness, a clarity. They may not know what changed, but they will feel it. You are becoming aligned with your own truth. Becoming the living expression of your new beginning means you no longer try to force your growth. You embody it. You wear it the way a tree wears its leaves, not with effort, but with natural grace. You walk differently. You breathe differently. You think differently. You meet the world from a place of inner steadiness that once felt impossible. This steadiness does not mean you will never feel fear or sadness again. It means you will not be defined by them. Emotions pass through you like weather, and you welcome them as visitors, not permanent residents. You say, ah, here is fear, here is grief, here is hope, and then you allow each to move gently through your heart. Your new beginning teaches you that everything becomes lighter when you stop resisting your own feelings. As you embody this renewal, you begin making choices that once felt too frightening to consider. You step away from what drains you. You step toward what nourishes you. You speak more honestly. You love more courageously. You trust your intuition more deeply. This is not sudden bravery. It is accumulated courage, formed from every moment you chose love over fear. Let us breathe that in. Inhale, I embody my truth. Exhale, I walk in alignment with my heart. Your relationships begin to shift as well. You attract people who resonate with your new energy, people who see you, appreciate you, and support your becoming. At the same time, connections that once felt familiar may loosen. This is not loss, it is refinement. As you rise, your life rearranges itself to match your new vibration. You become someone who does not abandon herself anymore. This is perhaps the greatest transformation of all. You no longer break promises made to your heart. You no longer silence your truth to be accepted. You no longer hide your needs behind old fears. You stand gently, lovingly, firmly in your worth. And as you do, something miraculous happens. You begin to inspire others without trying. Your peace becomes a beacon. Your growth becomes a permission slip. Others sense that if you can begin again, perhaps they can too. In this way, your healing becomes a gift to the world. Becoming the living expression of your new beginning also means embracing joy not as something you chase, but as something you allow. Joy may return softly at first, a warm moment in your day, a quiet smile, a sudden sense of gratitude. Welcome it. Let it sit beside you. Let it remind you that you were always meant for a life that feels good to live. Joy is not frivolous. It is essential. It is the natural result of alignment. You may notice that decisions become easier. The mind, once cluttered with doubt, now makes room for clarity. You no longer seek reassurance outside yourself. You feel guided from within. This guidance becomes the compass that directs your steps. Living your new beginning means trusting this compass. When something feels heavy, you step back. When something feels warm and true, you step forward. When something feels uncertain, you pause and breathe. This is inner wisdom in action. This is your higher self taking the lead. Let us whisper another affirmation together. I walk as the person I am becoming. Feel that truth settle into your bones. Feel your breath deepen around it. This is embodiment. As you continue on your path, you realize that your new beginning is not a destination. It is a way of living, a way of seeing, a way of loving. It is a relationship with life built on trust, softness, and self-respect. You become someone who knows her worth, not because the world affirms it, but because she feels it rising from within. You become someone who moves through the world with grace, not the grace of perfection, but the grace of authenticity. You become someone who listens to her heart, even when the mind trembles. You become, finally, the person the universe has been guiding you toward all along. Let us close this part with a tender affirmation. I am the living expression of my new beginning. I walk in love. I walk in truth. I walk in freedom. My loves, this is who you are now, and this is only the beginning of your blooming. My loves, now that you have begun to embody the truth of your new beginning, I want to invite you into an even deeper understanding, one that transforms not just how you think or act, but how you relate to life itself. You see, there comes a moment when you must allow yourself to be held, not by people, not by circumstances, but by life, by the loving intelligence that has been guiding your path since the day you arrived. For so long, many of you have walked through the world believing you must be the strong one, the careful one, the one who watches over everything. You carried burdens with such devotion that you forgot they were never meant to be yours alone. You took responsibility not only for your own feelings, but for the feelings of others, as though the weight of the world belonged on your shoulders. But my dear, life did not bring you here to carry the world. Life brought you here to unfold within it. Allowing life to hold you is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is remembering that you are part of something vast, loving, and intelligent. You are not meant to navigate every step alone. You are meant to lean, to trust, to rest in the knowing that the same force that guides the stars also guides you. Let us breathe together. Inhale, I am supported. Exhale, I allow myself to lean. As you soften into trust, you begin to sense a presence around you, a presence that does not push or demand, but simply holds. It is the presence that carried you through difficult moments when you did not know how you would survive. It is the presence that whispered hope into your heart even when your mind was filled with doubt. This presence is life itself, loving you into becoming. Allowing life to hold you means releasing the belief that you must always be prepared, always be vigilant, always be perfect. It means embracing the truth that you are guided, even when you cannot see the next step. There is a beauty in surrender, not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of tension. It is the moment when you unclench the fists you did not realize you were making. It is the moment when you exhale after holding your breath for years. This surrender is an act of faith. It says, I do not need to force what is meant for me. I do not need to cling to what is ready to fall away. I trust the unfolding, and in that trust, something miraculous happens. Life begins to reveal itself to you more clearly. You start to notice small signs, moments of ease, unexpected comfort, doors opening gently before you. These signs are reminders that you have never been alone in your journey. You may wonder, how do I allow life to hold me? It begins with softness, with releasing the inner critic who insists you must know everything, with releasing the fear that says you must protect yourself from every possibility of pain, with releasing the belief that you must earn your right to rest. Let us place another gentle truth into your heart. You are safe to let life support you. Say it softly. Say it with breath. Say it until your body responds with warmth. Allowing life to hold you also means accepting that you are guided from within. Your intuition is not an accident. It is life's voice whispering through you. Each nudge, each feeling, each moment of knowing is a message from the deeper intelligence that supports your path. Trusting this guidance becomes easier as you grow familiar with its rhythm. It is gentle, never forceful. It speaks through peace, not panic. It moves you toward what feels expansive and away from what feels constricting. As you continue to open to life's support, you may notice an inner shift. Your heart becomes quieter, your breath becomes deeper, your decisions become clearer. This is alignment not with external expectations, but with your own truth. And as you align, the world around you shifts. You meet people who reflect your growth. You enter environments that nourish your spirit. You find yourself drawn to experiences that feel meaningful and alive. This is the universe responding to your openness. This is life holding you. Allowing life to support you also means releasing the need to control outcomes. You can set intentions, you can act with love, you can follow your inner guidance, but the final shape of things belongs to the universe. And the universe shapes your life with wisdom far beyond the understanding of the mind. When things do not unfold exactly as you planned, trust that they are unfolding in the way that serves your highest good. Often, what feels like a detour is actually a protection. Often, what feels like loss is actually clearing space for something truer. Life is not working against you. Life is working with you. My loves, you are supported in ways you cannot yet imagine. You are guided in ways you cannot yet see. You are loved in ways your heart is only beginning to understand. Let yourself lean. Let yourself rest. Let yourself soften into the truth that you are held. Now place your hand gently on your heart. Whisper, I allow myself to be supported. Life holds me with love. I am safe to relax into my new beginning. Feel these words settle into your being. Feel the comfort they bring. Feel the spaciousness they open inside you. This is part 8, my love. The part where you stop carrying everything alone. The part where you let life walk beside you. The part where you trust that you are guided, because you are. Always. My loves, now that you have allowed yourself to be held by life, we move into a beautiful and profound stage of your becoming. This is the point where your healing begins to shine beyond you, where your energy, your presence, your essence gently affects the world around you. Not through effort, not through striving, but through the quiet power of living in love. When you begin again from the inside, the world senses it. You carry yourself differently. You speak with a softness that comes from knowing your own heart. You listen with patience, born from having listened inwardly. You breathe in a way that steadies not only yourself, but those near you. You become a living invitation for others to soften too. You may not notice this at first, but others will. They may say you seem calmer, kinder, more grounded, more radiant, and what they are sensing is not something you are doing, but something you are being. Walking through the world as a presence of love means you no longer react from the frantic places inside you. You respond from clarity. You pause before speaking. You choose words that nourish rather than wound. You treat even your smallest actions, offering a smile, holding a door, speaking gently, as sacred. This is not performance. It is alignment. You are becoming the person your heart always longed to be. Let us take a breath together. Inhale, I embody love. Exhale, I bring peace wherever I go. Feel how your body responds to that intention. This is the beginning of living as love itself. As you walk in this new way, you will notice something powerful. The energy you carry influences every room you enter. When your heart is open, others feel safe. When your breath is steady, others relax. When your eyes soften, others soften too. Love does not need to be spoken loudly. It is felt in presence. So many people walk through life feeling unseen, unheard, unloved. When you move through the world with love, you become a reminder to them that gentleness still exists, that kindness still matters, that humanity is still capable of tenderness. And this reminder is a profound gift. But let me tell you a beautiful truth. You offer this gift not through effort, but by tending to your own inner light. As you deepen your new beginning, your presence becomes a quiet blessing. You become someone who does not rush judgment, someone who listens without needing to fix, someone who offers compassion simply through being calm. You become someone whose energy says, "It is safe to be yourself around me." This is love in action. This is healing through presence. Walking through the world as love also means honoring your boundaries. Love does not require self-sacrifice. Love includes yourself. When you say no to what harms you, you say yes to what aligns with your truth. This creates a purity in your energy, a steadiness that others feel as respect, clarity, and strength. Many people confuse softness with weakness, but softness is a form of power, just as water shapes stone through patience. Your softness creates change, not by force, but by resonance. Your peace invites peace. Your kindness invites kindness. Your truth invites truth. Let us breathe that in. Inhale, my presence matters. Exhale, my love transforms the world gently. Your presence ripples outward in ways you cannot see. A moment of kindness may lift someone's spirit for days. A gentle word may soften someone's pain. A peaceful reaction may prevent a storm from forming. These small moments are how love heals the world. But remember, my loves, your first responsibility is to your own inner world. You cannot offer peace if you are drowning in self-judgment. You cannot offer love if you withhold it from yourself. You cannot offer compassion if you silence your own heart. So you must continue tending to your inner garden, watering it with kindness, clearing it of old beliefs, planting seeds of new thought, resting in the shade when needed. Your inner devotion becomes your outer blessing. As you walk through life embodying love, you begin to attract experiences that reflect your new energy. People show up who understand you. Opportunities arise that match your truth. You begin to feel as though life is not just happening to you, but interacting with you, responding to your vibration with a quiet, steady yes. Walking as love also means allowing joy into your life. Joy is not indulgence. Joy is alignment. You were not meant to merely survive. You were meant to bloom. Let joy arrive in gentle moments, a warm cup of tea, a quiet morning, a heartfelt conversation, a simple breath of gratitude. Joy nourishes your spirit and reminds you of the goodness woven through your existence. Now let us place another affirmation deep into your heart. I bring love with me wherever I go. I am a calming presence. My energy blesses the world. Feel those words as truth, not aspiration. This is who you are becoming. This is who you are remembering yourself to be. In living this way, you create a life that reflects your inner peace. And in doing so, you offer the world something rare, a presence that heals simply by existing. As we close this part, place your hand on your heart again. Whisper softly, my presence is love. My life is a blessing. I walk in peace, and peace walks with me.